Hi, this is Jason Henley, Principal Solutions Consultant for TIBCO Software, and thank you for joining me for this 3-minute explainer. Today I will show you how to configure and use the circuit breaker pattern in BusinessWorks Container Edition. I will begin by showing you how to enable the circuit breaker for a REST API call. I'll do this by creating a simple process and dragging in my REST API Swagger specification. I select the Get operation and drag it onto my canvas. I then select my service endpoint and navigate to the binding section below. Here you will see the HTTP client resource that was created for me. Clicking the HTTP client link takes me to this resource. Enabling the circuit breaker is as easy as checking this box and providing a unique name for the circuit. The remainder of these parameters allow you to configure the appropriate threshold. Now we will transition to a more complete example. This process exposes its own service and consumes a REST API. The circuit breaker is configured as before. However, in this case, the request volume threshold has been set to 5. When the REST API returns successfully, the response is forwarded to our consumer. However, if there is an error response, we must determine whether it was caused by an API exception or an open circuit. We do this by checking the class name of our fault. An open circuit will generate the BW Hystrix circuit breaker open exception. In this example, when we find the circuit open, an alternate path is executed and its results are returned to the consumer. For any other error, we simply parse the response and return it to our consumer. Let's run this example and watch our circuit open and close. I'll run the application and wait for it to start. In order to monitor the circuit, I must register it with the Hystrix dashboard. I provide the URL to my Hystrix stream and click Monitor Stream. Here you will see the circuit I configured earlier as simple service. Next, I'll transition to my Swagger UI and execute a successful call through my circuit. Here you can see my successful response. Now I will execute multiple unsuccessful calls until I see the circuit open in my alternate path response. Looking at the dashboard, I can see my circuit is in the open state. To close the circuit, I simply execute another successful call. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found these few minutes useful, and if so, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for additional topics, you can leave them in the comments section, and don't forget to visit tibco.com as well as our TIBCO community at community.tibco.com. You can find the projects shown in this video, as well as others, in our GitHub repository, which is linked below. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly. My contact info is in the description.